tell you what, if you could write a script for the opening play for this crowd, that was it. Unbelievable. Roads are on fire. Down the Wakewood knew that was a set play. They practiced that. Chasing back up the ball. Back in the middle, Josh Cast.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along to our West End Slowdown. John Casey, what a beautiful spot. What a great day here at McLeod Stadium on the Bay. And before we get into the footy, happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Happy Father's Day to you too, Case.
And to you, Sada, and all the dads out there. You're in for a great clash here between some very talented teams from yesteryear.
And the concept this year is the SA Legends taking on the Indigenous All Stars. And they, well, both sides chock-a-block with talent.
I'm surprised you're not in the Legends team as yet after your SA NFL career, but yeah, both teams chock full of talent. I do have some fears though for the SA Legends. They're a little bit older, and as we know, the Indigenous All Stars, the talent they have, the speed they have, I think they're the hot favourites.
Case, I've been down the change room, some of the bodies too, not in very good shape. But let's have a look at the lineup for the SA Legends first of all. Absolute superstars along every line. Now, Case, have a look at full forward. Run us through the wild thing.
The wild thing. Sean Tate not only is a Test cricketer, but also premiership player for the Onkaparinga Valley as a 12-year-old. So they've rushed him in as a late replacement. He's going to be wild, I think.
Now, we've noticed Tony Modra on the bench, a little sore from the E.J. Witten's Legends game from Friday night, but absolute superstars all over. Let's head into the rooms and hear from the SA Legends now.
I know it's a fun game of footy, but you do want to win, don't you? You don't want to be embarrassed. You've all presented yourself in good physical shape. Is that right, Jars?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, okay. Darryl Wakeland, where are you?
Wait.
Where? You were late. No excuse.
Come on, mate.
You start on the bench, okay? Don't answer back. None of that Port Adelaide. Sponsors didn't. They've got a bit of a problem. Mods isn't fit. He's going to strip, but he's going to be anchored to the goalpost and the goal square. So just put it in long.
I've got to be assistant calls if you don't listen to me anyway. So
Who's this Tate? Who's it? Tatey, what are you doing here? You're going to be out there, you might as well have some fun. Hit the ball hard, okay? Hit it hard.
Here's a look at the Indigenous All Stars, and you'll notice one man on the interchange bench there, the senior man of the lineup there, the superstar, Flash Graham from Sturt.
64 years of age, 282 games with the Double Blues. He was one of my all-time favourites. Really looking forward to his input as well. And Andrew McLeod, right in the middle. Well, the game's record holder for the Adelaide Crows, three-time best and fairest winner. He's going to be a superstar.
Case, what about this? 4 Motlops in the lineup. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
That'll be tough for the commentators. We've got KG with us, and hopefully he'll be able to separate them. But they team so well, they combine so well. I think this is going to be something very special to watch.
Well, let's go down now and hear from the Indigenous boys.
All right, fellas. I've met most of you. I'm Kyan Mar. I'm the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs in South Australia and coach for this year's team. There are some serious elements of the game. The Little Heroes Foundation does fantastic works for very ill children, and they've got some pretty serious ambitions to do a lot more in Indigenous communities. So that's one of the reasons we're all here today with the game as it is today. Now, you blokes are all the absolute heroes of most young Aboriginal people around South Australia, whether it's in Port Noarlunga or where I was last week in Pipilajara, right up on the APY lands. Every young Aboriginal bloke looks up to you guys. Let's put on a really good performance today. Be proud and play a great game. Now, a couple of things. Kick it. You've played for 5 clubs. This is by far the most important one that you've played for today, my man. By far the most important one. Tongaree, second efforts. Keep going in there. Get in there. Scud, you're not a missile anymore. Give the first give. I know you want to showboat around, but this is a year not to showboat and to actually to give it the first time and get in there and win. And Wary, the inside ball. Let's get hard today. Let's get really, really, really hard today.
We're all set for the bounce now, Case. We've got a fantastic feature at half-time too.
A couple of legends going to have a good chat. KG Cunningham, everyone in South Australia knows all about KG. He's been around the traps and he knows a lot. He knows everything there is to know. And Andrew McLeod, well, was there a better footballer ever in South Australia? He's certainly right up there. And to have those two legends having a chat at half-time, certainly worth sticking around for.
Fantastic. We're doing it all for the Little Heroes Foundation. Opening bounce, West End Slowdown coming up next. Just about to get underway here at Clitheroe Stadium for West End Slowdown. Indigenous All Stars against the SA Legends. Andrew McLeod straight out of the centre, and he's turned it over, put it on the chest of Toby Thurstons.
Let's see what the SA Legends have got here. They'll want to try and slow this game down, I suspect. And the very popular Mark Rasciuto gets an early touch. Now, Andrew Jarman's gone down behind play, Soda.
Yeah, the Scud missile. The Scud missile. Eddie, that young Hocking has put him down.
Made a mess of jars too.
We don't want to discourage that either.
Welsh pumps the ball into attack, and the mark was attempted by big Sean Tate. A hurried kick has gone through and left of the main goalpost, and there's the first score for the game. Stevie Patterson, there he is. He knows this area very well. Let's just have a look. Oh, that's just Eddie Hocking there, number 8, taking out Andrew Jarman, who, well, the only skin he has showing is his hands and just the nude bonds. Everything else is covered up.
Jackie now.
The Indigenous All Stars start to make their way up the ground, and they are going to be moving a little more smoothly than the Legends, I can suggest. Look at the pass. Oh, Michael Flash Graham's on the end of it, and he's within range, I hope, KG.
Well, he should get the... Oh, he decided to handball off the case.
He has. The chip kick is going to the forward line, and this is looking like the first... Oh, Jarman! Oh. That's almost reportable. Andrew Jarman has taken down Troy Bond, and here we go again. This is Troy Bond taking the mark from the goal square. He knocks down Jarman, and Troy Bond gets the opening goal of the game, and it took less than 2 minutes.
Well, Andrew Jarman really making his presence felt, Cage.
Well, I tell you, what does he look like, Andrew Newton-Jarman? He's got Marin and his wife's stockings on, for starters. That hasn't helped his performance, that's for sure. And he's not concentrating on the ball, Sanderson case. It just cost him a goal.
Well, a fast start there by the Indigenous All Stars, and this team is absolutely full of class, KG. Some of the greatest and most talented players we have ever seen are wearing the Indigenous jumper today.
They can play sodas, that's for sure.
Fogden's won the tip, won the tap out, and here goes Rasciuto. Driving long, look at the neat kick as well. That was terrific work. He finds Scotty Welsh. This man can kick a goal, as we know. But he's decided to go short, and it was a good option. And a chance now for Patterson from right in front, and he makes no mistake.
Well, good start. Good start by both sides. Absolutely good start. Stephen Patterson and everything takes the mark and goes beautifully.
And they'll be very happy with that result. Get an early goal, and just to keep the Indigenous All Stars honest.
Stevie Patterson, the mayor of Holdfast Bay. So this is his area here, Cage. He's got rid of the mayoral robes and he's pulled on the Legends jumper, of course. Played some wonderful footy with the Collingwood Footy Club, 96 games. As we get a clearance out there, and Mark taken just at half forward there. Give off, there's Andrew Lovett, the former Bomber. Look at that kick. Quality right on the chest, and Shane Tongery.
Yeah, the former
Big Tongas.
Gee whiz, he's been in a good paddock against Sodas and Case. Fair dinkum.
Now, you remember his debut game for the Crows,
I do.
3 goals against the Bears, and I reckon he may have picked up 2 Brownlow votes.
He picked up more than Brownlow votes today, I can tell you, Sodas.
Big Tongas, have a look at him on the left. What's the kick like? Oh! Into the post. Not a bad start. Have a look at him. Fantastic.
Very colourful player with Shane Tongery, that is for sure.
So the Legends restart. Andrew Jarman on the end of it. Oh, some soccer skills to get Rasciuto the ball. Now a chance for them to get it to the attacking end of the ground for them. Just drifting through the centre, Patterson. He's been busy already, although the kick, not his best effort. And chance for the Indigenous All Stars. It's like Shannon Motlop coming across. Got numbers around the ball here. It's knocked out of bounds in front of what is a healthy crowd here at the Bay.
Beautiful
KG.
day for it, Case. Good crowd, wonderful cause, and we should see some skills on display today for sure.
Well, there's some inventive handballing skills. We know they're talented and inventive as well.
It's Andrew McLeod just taking the ball forward. The silky skills. Recognise them no matter what jumper he's got on. A big sweeping handball came through there for the All Stars. And that's Scotty Lee into the centre of the ground, looking for Jarman. Chipped in though, mark's been taken. Opportunity now. Ricky O'Loughlin gives it to the scud, Eddie Hocking. Ricky O'Loughlin, of course, played some wonderful footy for the Magpies and also a handful of games for the Crows. The scud goes long and there's no one there except the weed, and well, the weed cry hasn't gone up yet, Cage.
No, but it will. The longer the game goes, so does he'll get in the game and create a bit of havoc, I can tell you.
Well, the All-Stars going forward, we're all square here at 7 apiece. There's Scotty Welsh, former Bulldog, premiership star for North Melbourne back in 1999, playing against his premiership teammate Shannon Motlop.
Exactly, good player, real good player for West Adelaide too. Absolutely.
The target he was looking there for was big Sean Tate. Couldn't take the mark though, that was cut off, and the Indigenous All Stars have their chance to go forward again. Love it, looking for Eddie Hocking. He's just walked straight off, Cage. Not even interested in going anywhere near that.
I think he's pulled a hamstring, so does...
Jarman down on the ground again. Ball's bounced off the chest a couple of times, looking for some space there. Only as far as Daniel Motlop. And let's head down to Tony Modra. I think we found him. He's injured, but we might have got him on the boundary line.
Certainly have no one bigger in this town than Tony Modra, although Andrew Jarman looks like he's slightly bigger, mate. 2 games in a couple of days for you. How have you pulled up?
A bit sore, but nah, I'm ready to get out there. Help out the boys. Wouldn't miss the camaraderie for nothing.
And now this is more your pace, isn't it? Touch slower than usual?
Today it is. I think they're just warming up, so yeah, it should be a good day.
In modern days footy, there seems to be too many defenders in the way. How do you reckon you would have dealt with that?
Oh, I don't know. I probably would have thought there was probably more opportunity to sit on someone's head, wouldn't there be, in the forward line?
Look forward to getting out there, mate.
Bloody oath, so am I. Good on you guys.
Good on you, Mods. Cheers, mate.
Some nice work there by Welsh. Chigwidden gives it off and just around the corner, popping it straight through the middle. Some very nice work. Brian Binky.
Yes, former Port Adelaide star. They looking at the situation, look good, the All-Stars.
Some nice fluid movement, KG. Took a while. Let's have a look at this. This is Scotty Welsh, who has started fantastically well. Little Nick Chigwidden, who knows this ground magnificently. And you caught him there, Cage. Brian Binky. He was a star for the Port Magpies.
My word.
Helped them to some grand finals, of course. Played some very nice football for the Crows too, Binks.
So we've played almost 8 minutes here in the opening quarter. 2 goals won. The Legends, the Indigenous All Stars, 1 goal won so far. And Bogdan doing some good work in the ruck, but here's McLeod. Oh, the neat pass as well as he gets it out to Marlon Motlop. And he's found the target as well. So the Indigenous All Stars just unable to keep it in there, Tongaree, so we'll have a boundary throw in.
Daniel Motlop, of course, with the footy there. He looks like he's still in good shape, Cage.
Still got the movement, hasn't he, Sodas? Handles the ball beautifully.
Absolutely. He's a chance now, Marlon Motlop, that had it cut off by Scotty Lee, who's been prominent to start with. There's Damien Squire just flicking one off. Scotty Lee again. He's got Rashudo over the top. There he is there. The big Roo giving it off to Matty Kluzek, and kick spots up. It's a nice one too. Justin Sikalala, robbed of the Jack Odie medal in 2006. And, well, he's tried to hit Nick Chigwidden. The kick actually wasn't too high. It was just that Nick was too low. Here's a chance, Dale Aegis for the Indigenous All Stars. Just chips it over the top. There's Marlon Motlop, silky smooth skills, still playing for the Roosters. Eddie Hocking, have a look at this. They're just raffling it. And Andrew Lovett into the open goal, goes bang. We're back to all square again, Cage.
Exactly right, Sodas, and I love the way they moved that ball, the Indigenous All Stars. Great footwork, and Eddie Hocking. Look at this. What's the kick? It's a beauty. And there he goes. Andrew Lovett, bang, goal, home.
9.5 minutes into this first quarter here. Beautiful day down here at Gliderol Stadium at the Bay. Good, healthy crowd in on Father's Day too. Happy Father's Day for all the dads that have just tuned in.
Exactly.
If you're at home watching and you need to go and get Dad a cup of tea or coffee so he can sit back and watch these boys in action. Mark Rashudo just overruns the ball. McLeod sitting back. Oh, there's a little bit of tunnel ball work. Marlon Motlop with a little handball over the top. Getting involved, Jaron Jackie. Good to see him out there. Jaron Jackie played some footy with the Eagles, also 3 games with the Crows. Matty Kluzek flicks it back. Here's a chance. Kane Corns, well, no doubt, Cage, he's the fittest man on the ground at the moment.
Still fitting up to play AFL footy, so does that for sure. Look at the big man, Roo.
And interesting to hear Kane Corns say that if he had his time back again, he would have done it differently the way that he retired from the AFL, because he does look pretty sharp at the moment.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
So the SA legends, Fogden, going forward. And the chance now for Welsh to drive it even further forward. And now they'll have a chance to take the lead.
Sikalala again.
Put it through. Nice work there by Justin Sikalala. He got it from Scotty Welsh. And got to say, Scotty Welsh has been prominent early on. Cage, I watched Scotty Welsh play in a cricket match earlier this year, a charity game with Steve Waugh, and Scotty Welsh knocked up a 50. So very handy in this type of format, whether we're cricket or football.
Actually, I was at the same game, so I saw him play, and he's been playing footy regularly in the hills and still kicking plenty of goals.
What, still milking some coin out of some of the clubs over the hills there, Welsh?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Be able to put a new extension on the house, I reckon.
Probably build a new house.
They're back underway. And McLeod gets a touch. Motlop, well, that was inventive. Kane Corns had it stolen away by Daniel Motlop. And I think we can go downstairs to Theo.
Well, Bondi, you've come off early on. What's going on?
Oh, the boys are putting on bets when I do a hamstring or something early, so yeah, just ripped my driver trying to dive and just felt it go ping, so yeah, disappointing, but it was good while I was out there.
The pace of the game just catch you off guard.
I think so, but no, I was looking forward to it. It was a great day, good crowd, and yeah, disappointing. Ripped it in the first couple of minutes, so, but anyway.
The boys are looking sharp. There's still plenty to go.
Yeah, that's true. The boys looking good, and both teams are looking good, so some of the boys have still got it, so it's good to see.
Get some ice on that, rest up. I'm sure you'll partake in the victory celebrations later on.
Get that stretcher ready.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Well, Troy Bond, the first casualty, he's torn the driver, and that was Marlon Motlop, number 7, with a little right footer trying to have a crack at the goal. So a little bit of coast-to-coast work here. Cage, Brian Benke's the man all alone inside 50 with a chance now to extend the lead that the legends are enjoying at the moment.
Didn't they move that ball so smoothly from defence?
It wasn't quick,
no, it wasn't,
but it was
quick.
smooth.
It was smooth, exactly right, Sodas.
Big bad Brian Benke. Ooh, I'll tell you what, he didn't miss him like that in 1998 in the grand final. Playing for Port Adelaide, he nailed a few.
You got to nail them, though, Sodas. You got to nail them.
Have a look what's going on here. Andrew Jarman again. Cage, your old mate spend more time on the ground than lying around.
Oh, how do you keep him under control? There's a mark by Andy Lovett. He looks up to the wing. A chance for Marlon Motlop now. His kick, set it up. Coming through Thomas. McLeod.
Oh, clever stuff, Macca.
Still got it, hasn't he?
Silky smooth, McLeod.
Tongery. Well, he had it spent before he controlled it. He's lost it now. Chance for the SA Legends. Damien Squire involved down there, but his kick's a little off the money. There's Elijah Ware.
Elijah Ware for the Bulldogs.
He always does something constructive with it. And they're like the pinpoint accuracy. Look at the way they're moving the ball here. McGrath looking to invent something across the face of the goal.
A real pleasure now to chat with, well, where's number 1, as he should, Stephen Patterson.
So a 6-point break for the SA Legends here in the first quarter and 20-minute quarters. There are meant to be 4 of them. Well, we hope there'll be 4, Cage, if the boys can last that long.
They're struggling at the moment, so as I can tell you.
Big Brooke Fogden doing the ruck work. More famous now for his work on house rules on 7 than he was for being drafted by the Crows back in '92 in their first national draft. Didn't play a game, but played 150 at Sandford level. This is Marlon Motlop. Have a look at him, all the time in the world to get around Kluzek.
Yeah.
Very good. And opportunity now. This is Mark Motlop running into an open goal and puts it through for a point. The 300 gamer, of course, played some wonderful footy in the NT for Nightcliff, also Southern Districts and the Wanderers. And, of course, Cage, 47 games for Glenelg, so we'd know this ground as well.
Exactly, and a very skillful player. The kick in finds Andrew Newton-Jarman, Case.
Oh, something interesting will happen here. Was that a drop kick? He's dragged out the drop kick to find the weed. Handball over the top. Eagleton involved. Chikalella. Oh, look at those skills. Yes. Right onto the chest of his teammate there in Chigwidden. Now Welsh. Well, he's been everywhere. Low kick, almost favoured McLeod. Squire, dispossessed. Is the wild thing. Sean Tate.
Wow.
Well, sometimes his deliveries can be a little bit all over the shop. So is his kicking.
Spot on, Case. You called it beautifully. The kick matched some of his deliveries, I can tell you.
Let that go way down leg side. Cornsy's coaching the All Stars. Let's find out what he thinks of how they're travelling at the moment.
Well, Cornsey, you're not going too badly, but Sean Tate, he looks like as comfortable in the forward line as he did at the crease.
I didn't have any say in his that was he was a player given to me by management, and I just have to deal with him. So we're trying to hide him in the forward pocket. He's had a few touches, looks like he can go, but he's, you know, built like Tarzan. You know what they say, built like Tarzan. He very average shot at goal, but he's making up the numbers.
Your track record at dealing with authority pretty good.
With authority.
Have you seen the first quarter so far?
Look, I was surprised at the pace. It's a lot slower than I thought it would be.
There's a bit of action here, lads.
That was Damien Squire.
No, but I've been pleased with our skills. The run has been good. They're using each other, bringing each other into the play. The only thing I am a bit concerned is they do waste the ball once they get inside 50. It's a common theme in games like this. They don't want to. Everyone's too embarrassed to kick the goal, but you've got to do it.
You're going to have to deliver them a bit of a rev up at quarter time, mate. Tighten these skills up.
I think I'll just slowly, softly, because I don't want to crush them, you know.
Good on you, Cornsey.
So,
Andrew Lovett finds Eddie Hocking, centre of the ground. Ricky O'Loughlin on the left. He was going to go right, then decides to go left. Little handball from Dale Aegis. Little sweeper. 3 number 11s getting out there. Popular number for the Indigenous All Stars coach. We've got Dale Aegis, Dale Kickett are in the number 11s.
Just sharing it about Sodas.
And here's Jarman again with the drop kick. Over to Kane Corns. Thomas, the great Central District legend, and our Squire, 2-time Magarey medalist. He turns around. Once the ball gets beneath the knees, it can be a little bit of a struggle for some of these players. On that occasion, it was Benke who couldn't reel it in.
You can feel the hamstring tightening and tightening and tightening, Case, that's for sure.
Some aren't even bothering bending down. It's just like a soccer. Tap onto the next person to see if they've still got the hamstrings in place. And here are the Indigenous All Stars coming out of defence once more. And Lovett, well, he's going to create some havoc for the SA legends. McGrath handing over.
Come on,
Tongaree. Shane Tongaree gets it this time off the boot. And the All-Stars get their third to tie us away.
Classy skills there, Cage. Shane Tongaree just had it bend nicely. Let's have a look at this.
Absolutely. Showing some McGrath with a hammer out wide, and young Shane Tongaree just drifted it back beautifully, Sodas.
He's done that quite well considering what he's got stuffed under his jumper cage, Tongas, I reckon.
I wasn't going to say that, Sodas. People in glass houses like me, Sodas, can't throw stones, old son.
I'm sure he'll come and find me later on, but terrific player, Shane Tongaree. Those skills were magnificent when he used to set the Ponderosa alive with Central District. Yeah, wonderful player, Tongas. And here is Rashudo, just gives it off to Scotty Lee, manufactures a little kick. Damien Squire, always clever. Have a look at the work. He tapped it over the top. Chance now for Binky. Oh, here's Tatey in the square. He can't miss from here. Sean Tate, finally, KG puts one through.
Tell you what, Corns, you wouldn't be happy with that. Would not be happy.
Well, at least they shared it around. The big fella, Test cricketer, the 2020 specialist. Have a look at him from point blank. Bang, puts it through. Dudley Archie, the former Sturt player, just a little too late on the scene there, Dudley.
Yeah, the wild thing. Number 32 can be quick, I can tell you, but he's got a red ball in his hand. Can be very, very quick. Can be quick. Back in the middle, it's a good game at the moment.
Claude
now.
the Crow has jumped onto the wing now at the moment. So we've got one imposter on the field. Jeremy Johncock has been impressive so far, as the Indigenous All Stars and Daniel Motlop fire it out wide. This is Marlon Motlop. And his kick, just a little astray and cleaning up in the back pocket. Who else? Scotty Lee, and he's gone the torp as well, if you don't mind. The big barrel right onto the chest of Mark Rashuda. Well, they're starting to get a little bit serious here, heading towards quarter time. They've had a feeling out process, and the Legends with a 1-goal lead. and caught the crow. The fans love it. Oh, he's been brought down. Strong tackle from Trevor and Jackie.
Cage, you've got some trouble here because he's actually been beheaded. We'll just get him sorted out, and here we go at quarter time here for the West End Slowdown, thanks to Little Heroes. SA Legends lead by 6 points, 27 the Indigenous All Stars, just on 21. Welcome back to the West End Slowdown, and at quarter time the SA Legends 4-3-27. They've got a nice 1-goal buffer against the Indigenous All Stars 3-3-21, and well, we can see Shane Bonds kicked the goal there, but he's also damaged his driver in the opening minutes of the game after that goal, so he is the first casualty as Andrew Lovett, well, he doesn't sprint out of the centre square, but he pops the ball into 50, and the Indigenous All Stars into attack looking just to square things up. It's got a bit of a rolling maul going on for a moment there. Now suddenly the ball comes out by Nick Chitwidden, former superstar for the Glenelg Footy Club. Kicks it out to Kane Corns, who's the fittest man on the ground, and his skills there, Cage, left a bit to be desired.
Absolutely shocking. Reminded me of his old man Studley's. Absolutely. Reminiscent of the old days.
Oh, we saw Kane Corns go straight to Andrew McLeod at the start of the game, just like the good old days. But look at this, is better ball movement. It looks as though the Indigenous All Stars have turned it up the wick here a little bit. Tongaree over the top. Flash Graham.
Go Flash!
Oh! First goal of the second quarter for Michael Flash Graham.
Cage, I've got to say, getting into Tonga's a little bit earlier, but he is turning into the man of the match.
So it's amazing. We've made a joke of the fact of how he looks and so forth, but you can still see when he gets the cherry, he knows exactly what to do with it. The body movement's fantastic, and the old Flash, what a player. He used to take off, and I used to say to myself, God, I'm behind play here. Here's Flash Bloody Graham's got him.
What a superstar, Flash Graham, of course. A Nichols medalist when he's playing for St Mary's in the NT. Used to sneak up there in summer after playing for the Double Blues, where he played in 2 flags there in 74 and 76. Here's a go for Jarman. Oh, have a look at him too. If you've just joined us, he spent the whole first quarter rolling around on the ground picking fights, and that's why his just concentration isn't good, and he's burnt the ball. Turnover here, Dudley Archie.
He's got to be dragged for that, Sargent. That's lair rising.
So I don't know if he's accustomed to taking orders from the coach, though. We know he's had problems in that area in the past, so the coach can try to drag him, but he may not want to come off, Coach.
You read it beautifully, Case. You know him like the back of your hand.
Oh, well, here we go. Now, Eddie Hocking. Can he create something? What a kick! Flash Graham said, I'm just going to escort this through and let him have the glory. Oh, terrific teamwork.
Beautiful work there, and very unselfish by Flash, Cage.
Read it beautifully, absolutely. And here we go again. Eddie Hocking, known as a Scud missile. Look at this. Puts it out in the flash. Read this beautifully. I'm not going to take this. It'll bounce through. Unbelievable stuff. The Scud missile. Remember the day at Amy Stadium when he jumped 7 foot off the ground and landed one right on the nose of James Manson, right in front of the grandstand. One of the classic moments of footy.
He certainly did. He was one of the cold heroes. One of the other cold heroes for the Crows was the Weed.
The Weed.
And I think the Weed is on standby downstairs. Weed just going to get a little drink, I think, Cage. We'll get him in a minute.
I think he's gone to see the physiotherapist, I think.
Be like the rest of them, blowing pretty hard at the moment, KG. I think it's always great to be sitting here in the comfort of the commentary position. Nice warm day out there.
But it is, Case, you've got to say this. The Motlop boys are so talented, and then they see Shane Tongaree. They've got something special about them. Look at Tongas now. Very talented. Dear could play this bloke. I used to love watching him play, Shane Tongaree.
Oh, his kick on this occasion.
Yeah, you give him a rap and let
the commentator's curse works even in charity games, KG. I thought it was just when they were playing fair dinkum.
Unbelievable. So give him a rap and they'll let you down.
Well, here's the Roo, Mark Rasciuto. Got some stick from the teammates for his appearance in the Sunday Mail today. I'll plaster it all over the front page.
Yes. 6 lovely children.
Yeah, enjoying Father's Day, and shout out again to all the dads out there. the kids to go get another cup of tea or a coffee for you.
Probably easier for Roo to be out on the deck here than juggling all 6 of them.
Well, he makes pancakes every Saturday morning, and Sarah, his lovely wife, tells me he leaves the kitchen in a mess. You know the Roo.
Well, what can Kane Corns do here? Well, he's kicked the goal, and certainly the SA Legends needed that one.
Well, all tied away at the moment.
Well, Wayne Wiedemann, how's the first quarter going, mate? How's the pace?
The pace was pretty good early, although that 18 minutes in the first quarter felt like a lot longer than 18 minutes, yeah.
Boys' skills are pretty good. I mean, you started there with another goal. The scores are pretty tight. What kind of afternoon are you expecting?
I reckon it'll heat up after half-time. I think the boys will take the first half to get into the game, and then they might get a little bit competitive after, I think. So I expect it to pick up a little bit more after half-time.
And I reckon last time we did this, it was 45 degrees at the Adelaide Oval. Slightly better for the players today.
Much more comfortable. That was a stinker day, that one. It looked like there wasn't many there, but they're all undercover where we wanted to be. But today it's beautiful conditions, yeah.
It's a cracker. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, Tuck.
There's the weed down there as Indigenous All Stars look to get into action again up forward. Ricky O'Loughlin with the lead too. It's a nice one, and right on 50 now. In his heyday, he would have probably got there, but very unselfish. He tries to cut in there, and that's Justin Sigalala-Cage, just chips in nicely. Kane Corns is the only bloke that's been able to get from that end of the ground to the other end of the ground so quickly. It's getting possessions all over the place.
They've called for the resuscitator for a couple of them, I can tell you.
Well, Modra's out there, gets it back from Jarman. So Modra, playing on one leg, brings it back. Oh, no sense of theatre from the goal umpires there. It's only a minor score for the great man.
Gee, couldn't he play in his heyday, this bloke? Didn't they love him too, Mods? Didn't quite hook it back enough, Case.
No. We remember he's more than 5 times. He kicked 10 goals in a game. 13 against Richmond one day, 13 against the Double Blues, I recall, as well.
Yeah, he could play a bit, that's for sure.
Oh, it's a pleasure to watch. And this man, well, his career is going very well in these slow-down matches. Always seems to produce the goods here. Eddie Hocking.
Looks like he's borrowed Eddie Betts' shorts too.
We can all go home happy. Great to see it. Eddie Hocking has delivered, and we can all go home happy.
He used to do that every week consistently. Watch this. Dummied the run up to the mark. Classic by the Scud missile. He used to do that every week.
Damien Squires should take himself out the task for that, because that is the standard MO for the Scud, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know he's going to do it. And Squizzy sucked in there, the Jewel McGarry medalist. Just sold some candy and he bought the whole shop. The Scud just went in there, and Eddie Hocking, just fantastic. And that's put the Indigenous All Stars in front by 5 points right now. Brooke Fogden in the centre of the ground. Andrew Lovett comes out. Big barrel let go by Ash McGrath, but the only man down there ready to get it was the chemist, Darryl Wakeland. Shoots it out wide, Nathan Eagleton. Former Port Adelaide teammates. He's got Scotty Lee, who was very prominent in the first quarter. The inaugural Crow puts it up. There's the guy that knows this place really well. Multiple best and fairest winner here at the Bay, Nick Chigwidden. He's doing some of his tackling work, and he's, well, defensive pressure, I'm not quite sure if that was it, but was enough to force the error.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Nick Chigwidden looks almost fit enough to play.
He does.
At the moment, they're in good shape. Some of the crowd, they're absolutely enjoying the atmosphere here today. It's fantastic,
Well,
really.
if there anyone in the vicinity as well, happy Father's Day. Come on down. Brilliant day weather-wise, and a healthy crowd here as well. Kane Corns, well, worked himself into trouble. He was good enough to get out of it. And a chance now for the SA Legends is the wild thing. Sean Tate has taken the mark. Now, this could go anywhere. It'll be an adventure.
The wild thing.
He looks the goods.
No, he is. He's fit. He looks very, very, very lean. Very fit. The wild thing.
A premiership winner with the Onkaparinga Valley Colts back in 2000, and that one just drifting away. A little bit of seam.
That was his, the away swinger.
The away swinger,
yeah. The away swinger, mate.
Nice kicking style.
Yeah, good. Yeah, very impressive. He's just got to kick the goal, though, Sodas.
Case mentioned, played some quality junior football at Onkaparinga Valley. Good. Oh, just had a big barrel launched into the centre of the ground, Jeff Ferring style.
Shannon Motlop unloading there with the torpedo.
That was Filkey pumping the ball back in the 50, just trying to work his way through. shooting out a handball. Brian Binky under pressure, tries to get one off, and he does. Puts it through. That means the SA Legends back in front.
Yeah, Brian Binky, talented player. Nathan Eagleton, he had some talent. Bang. Directly in front.
You've taken on a different role today. The Minister for Aboriginal Affairs today, the coach of the Indigenous All Stars. Did you give the boys a rev up at quarter time?
Oh, look, it's fantastic. They don't need much of revving up. They all know exactly what they're doing out there, and they're going great guns. We have Michael Graham, the Flash, almost camped in the goal square there with a goal already, and he's looking the goods. Shane Tongery showboating beautifully on the field. And, of course, Andrew McLeod looks like he hasn't stopped playing top league football.
He hasn't missed a beat. He looks silky as all. A different role for you, as we said. How are you enjoying it?
Look, I'm loving it. It's great to be involved, and for so many Aboriginal people across South Australia, football's such a big part of their life and the winter. It's a great thing, and I think a lot of people get a lot out of today.
There's a bit of action here with a couple of your cult heroes. We'll let the boys talk us through this goal coming up. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
Amazing work off half-back by Shannon Motlop. Cage, that was just pristine, wasn't it? The kick, sensational.
And I thought the Scud missile, Eddie Hocking, was going to end up on Anzac High. He had momentum, he couldn't pull up. Could not pull up.
Well, there he is, one of the greatest of all time, Andrew McLeod. You wouldn't expect him to miss from there, and pops it through. This is your seesaw game. The Indigenous All Stars back in front.
You know, Andrew McLeod, what are they doing out there? Andrew McLeod, the Scud missile, couldn't put the brakes on. Couldn't put the brakes on.
There it is, Cage. Have a look at that. The bomb. As soon as the bomb hits the deck, they all go down. Just enough to entertain. They are on fire, the Indigenous All Stars.
And the crowd love it, Sodas and Cage. Absolutely love it. The kids out here are having an absolute ball, but what a great goal.
Oh, terrific effort. They put some thought into this as well, the Indigenous All Stars. Talk about entertainers. And the SA Legends, they've got their hands full. Here's McLeod, selling some candy. Come back and get some more, he said. McGrath. Neat kick. I think Graham Corns needs to speak to the back line here. They're not manning up as particularly well as he may have liked. Elijah Ware fires it forward.
That's what you call a good mark on the half volley, Case.
Oh, he's played on too here, Whitwer. Corner cross. Shane Tongery. Oh, he's thinking about the banana. Goes back around the other side and touched on the line, according to the umpire. It looked as though Darryl Wakeland was behind the line.
I'll tell you what, Andrew McLeod, silky smooth, and he still, how'd you miss him?
Some tidy work by Darryl Wakeland, just playing ducks and drakes hiding behind the umpire there. Looked like it was a sure goal from Tongas. His Kane Corns holds on to it for just a little too long. Invited Jaron Jackie to interrupt the handball. Here's Andrew Lovett, the former bomber, works his way around. He's got a call from Eddie. Oh, look at that too, good delivery. And, well, Damien Squire was hoodwinked before. He wasn't going to jump off the ground then. Another chance for Jackie, and there he is. Flash Graham. No, that's not Flash Graham. That's Tongas.
Yeah, Tongas.
Flash is still in the square. Silly of me to even think he might have left that goal square.
Exactly. I tell you what, Squires has got to tighten up on the Scud missile. Eddie Hocking, he's running amok on the half-forward flank.
13 minutes played here in this second quarter, and the Indigenous All Stars with a 6-point lead. Saw the SA Legends leading by 6 points at quarter time, but it's 4-2 in this term. All the Indigenous All Stars, and now a chance as Squire gets it from Bogdan, goes forward, and the Wild Thing's there. Want the hand over to Corns. He said, no, go back and have a shot. Jarman and Modra are in the same forward line in the same pocket. Modra might take this and play on with a bounce, if you don't mind, on the left boot. Tony Modra marches in to come up with his first goal.
You have the chance to buy a print of today's Indigenous jumper. Just go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au. And don't forget, you can get your hands on the Guernseys worn in today's Slowdown. Again, go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au and join in the auction. You can start bidding now. Just over the PA system, Wayne Phillips, former Test cricketer working the PA, has just called for the curators to get out to that pocket and repair the damage that Andrew Jarman has just left there. He's up and about though, Marion, so if you are watching Andrew's dear wife, he is back and moving, which is important. Indigenous All Stars, chance to go forward. Lovett's been terrific this term. Gives off to McGrath, and he's set some beautiful play up as well.
Gee.
And there is the very impressive Daniel Motlop. Let's see what he can do. And Eddie Hocking's going to stand the mark. That's McGrath. Look at that. Beautiful kick. And Daniel Motlop out to McGrath. They have a little bit of magic. Darryl Waitland just seems to be standing on the line waiting for a ball to bounce off his foot like he did before again.
Come on, get involved in the game. The old Wakeland boys.
Eddie Hocking heading towards the ruck, Julie. He'll be trying to shark this over the back if he can. Into the pocket. And Marlon Motlop with a touch of class, just pulling her back just a little too tight. A minor score there.
Well, Chris McDermott, again, another stunning day. We're only halfway through, but already it's just turning out to be a ripping slowdown.
Theo, it could only be better if you were out in the middle, knocking up a quick ton. So it's a ripper day, great crowd, beautiful oval, and the weather's turned us a treat.
Well, one of my old teammates, Sean Tate's got it there through the middle. Surprisingly, he's missed that target, but he's hit one or two. You don't see that too often from Sean Tate.
No, you don't. I don't know what that slinging action is, but look, it's great to have Sean and a lot of the old favourites out there today, and crowd are certainly enjoying it, that's for sure.
Well, a lot of hard work goes into days like this, Bone. How much have you had to do leading up to it, and did it all go smoothly?
It did all go smoothly, touch wood, and look, all the money raised can go to the robotics centre that we've just launched at the Women's and Children's Hospital, which is our latest project there, and so the money all raised from today will go to that project, which is great.
Fantastic effort. Another goal for the Indigenous All Stars, by the way, too. I think Coulsey might have a couple of words to say at half-time.
It could be his last coaching job. He's been fired 4 times from this game, and we might be heading for a 5th.
Thanks, Bone.
Cheers.
Chris McDermott, of course, Little Heroes Foundation do a fantastic job, Cage.
Absolutely.
Raised millions of dollars over the years to help out. And that's Flash Graham, another man doing a fantastic job today, just in the square. And, of course, if you'd like to donate, littleheroesfoundation.com.au. The jumpers, of course, we'll give you some details on how you can auction for those a little later. And a wonderful print from today, too, that you can purchase as the SA Legends with a chance to go forward. Rashudo, let's fly off, Jarman. Absolute courage personified.
That was suicidal stuff.
That was going to end in tears. Thankfully, there was no collision. And a chance. Oh, how about the skills again from Marlon Motlop? Foxed them all. Thought that he was going the other way. McLeod for Jackie. Oh, this is pretty to watch.
Oh, it's great
down the
movement.
outer wing here at Lighterall Stadium toward the Fred Phillips and Eddie Hocking. Oh, again, heading towards Anzac Highway. Pull him up. Flaps down.
That was a magnificent kick by Daniel Motlop, because I don't think Eddie wanted to go anywhere near that because it took a reasonable amount of running. So Daniel actually put it out nicely and just seduced Eddie in to take that mark.
Eddie Hocking won't be able to walk for a couple of weeks after the dark. Oh, he's got the droppy.
The drop kick from 40. Just to the far side, a minor score. He's already kicked 2 in this quarter. Thinking about a third. You don't see this these days.
They were the days. The old droppy.
Toby Thurston's with it now for the SA Legends. Rashudo with a hand pass for Squire. One of the few who can get down below his knees with a hamstring stretch. This man's been on fire, Shannon Motlop. It's starting to get a little willing here. Trying to keep it alive there, Nick Chigwidden, but dispossessed again. And there is a little bit more run in the legs of the Indigenous All Stars, as we thought may have been the case. Got a younger team out there, but so far the SA Legends are able to stay with them. So we're approaching just over 18 minutes here in the second quarter, and the Indigenous All Stars with an 8-point lead.
Josh Whitwer getting involved there, number 2, young man playing football with the Crows Santville team. Had a good win yesterday, they did. Josh didn't play, though, in that match as Chick Whitten. Beautiful kick, too. And he's found the superstar, Tony Modra. Nice lead, just a little chip on the left foot. Mod's still sore from the E.J. Whitten Legends game on Friday night, Cage. I think he hurt a driver in that match.
Yeah, that's why he's kicking left foot for sure.
Just popped it out to Stephen Patterson. Let's have a look here. bit of umpire cam. There's Mods, and he'll have a little look over to his right and saw Stephen Patterson, the mayor. Here he goes for Norwood Stars. Just as he got enough, I think he might have enough on it to get through. And he has. Just one they needed to, just to sneak them 2 points behind the All Stars.
Yeah, that's a very important goal, so to go into the big break at half-time in touch with the Indigenous All Stars is just the goal they needed, the steadier from, and played pretty well, Pato. Pretty well indeed.
Kicked the first goal of the game for the SA Legends. And so he's got his second.
Big crowd enjoying this particular game here at the Bay. Great atmosphere. As you can see, the crowd in the out of there is fantastic. Absolutely.
Great day to bring Dad out for Father's Day. And just while we're watching that bounce there, Eddie Hocking was lying down on the wing here having a break. Another chance, Dale Aegis with the kick. And again, the unselfish work of Michael Graham. We saw before he let it bounce through, but on that occasion, Cage, still unselfish. He could have marked that and put that through, Flash.
Exactly right, Sodas.
There's the siren half-time here of our West End Slowdown, and what a game we've got. The Indigenous All Stars just 3 points up at half-time here, and there's Eddie Hocking and Michael Graham, all the superstars on fire. We'll be back with more after the break. Well, half-time of our West End Slowdown, and it is the SA Legends trailing the Indigenous All Stars by 3 points. And we've seen some magnificent football, a little slow-paced, but some of the skills have been sublime. Of course, Eddie's been terrific. Who else has impressed you, Cage?
Oh, the Motlop boys have been absolutely fantastic. You know, their skill level's been fantastic, so it is really, Daniel Motlop's a class act, to be quite frank. He's still got it.
Well, there's actually 4 Motlops out there.
I know, take your pick.
They are going magnificently well, of course, as we said. Beautiful work, fantastic day here out at Clyde Stadium, Glenelg. And our own KG Cunningham had the opportunity to go one-on-one with one of the greatest footballers of all time, Andrew McLeod.
Andrew, no doubt you've been pleasantly surprised with the impact that Indigenous people have made on football in this country has been absolutely enormous.
For myself, you know, I look back on some of the greats of the game and that sort of paved the way, I guess, for blokes like myself and, you know, for the blokes we see running around like your Eddie Bettses and, you know, your Charlie Camerons and your Chad Wingards and these types of players. But, yeah, it's not just, I guess, from a sporting impact, but from a social impact too, what you know, was able to do. Football's been able to break down lots of barriers.
Macca, tell me, who are the players that have inspired you?
Well, for me, you know, I grew up in the Territory and watching a lot of my uncles and, you know, my dad and so forth play, and that was always great. But you know, to be able to have someone that was real and had some local players in the Northern Territory Footy League that I aspired to be like. But you know, then as I got a bit older and you know, I was pretty lucky that in terms of having some people you could see that were real. My cousin was going out with a guy named Michael McLean.
Maggie McLean. Now, how good was he?
He was. He became my football idol.
Really.
And I was pretty lucky that you know, I got to spend many hours sitting down at Christmas time when he'd come back for his breaks and just be able to chew his ear off and talk to him about what it was like to play in the big league. And at the time he was at the Bulldogs playing. He was playing on one wing, and Dougie Hawkins was playing on the other wing. So it was pretty exciting to watch.
Are we doing enough to unearth the next Andrew McLeod, Eddie Betts, Cyril Rioli?
Look, I think we do a lot in terms of the AFL and its reach. Yeah. Can we do more? Yes, I think so.
Andrew, can you tell us the sort of work you do with the Indigenous youth?
Oh, for me, KG, like, you know, it's been my life. I've spent half of my life, I guess, within the Adelaide Football Club. You know, I see a lot of the kids these days that, you know, I see myself a bit in them, you know, and for me it was about, well, you know, I'm in a bit of a privileged position to be able to impact positively on these kids. I just think if I don't put my hand up and do something, then who else is going to do it? I know you have your little wins along the way, and some of the kids come through and they achieve things, and you see them achieve things and what it means to them. Yeah. Then that certainly gives me a kick out of it.
You have the chance to buy a print of today's Indigenous jumper. Just go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au. And don't forget, you can get your hands on the Guernseys worn in today's Slowdown. Again, go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au and join in the auction. You can start bidding now.
Live louder.
Welcome back to Gliderol Stadium here at Glenelg. Second half of the West End Slowdown about to get underway. We've had 8 lead changes already in the game, and at the moment it is in the Indigenous All Stars who lead by 3 points. A chance for Brian Benke and the SA Legends to go forward. Now, this was a set move. Andrew Jarman came off the back of the square, charged forward into an opening KG. I didn't believe he could run that far.
Well, I tell you what, that'll be the last run he make for the day, Case. He'll be gone after that.
He's got the goal. No, he hasn't. He tried to convince the goal umpire. He's missed it.
That was reminiscent of the goal he missed in the 1973 prelim final when they should have won the flag. He missed it from point-blank range again.
Oh, I think we better find someone who can kick a little straighter than Andrew Jarman. Here go the Indigenous All Stars, and Jaron Jackie getting involved over the top. Now, this man, Andy Lovett, has had a field day. Skills have been wonderful, and look at them again.
Yeah, good call, Case.
On that occasion, Marlon Motlop just tried to work it back to the advantage of his teammate, Daniel Motlop. Just having their way with the SA Legends at the moment. And here's Andy McLeod. Something good will happen now for the Indigenous All Stars, or maybe not.
I can't believe I've seen that, Case. He's missed his target.
There may be some method behind his madness, I think, KG. Maybe they're going to try and wear. There might be rope-a-dope and wear down the SA Legends, give them a bit of the ball, and then just storm home late in the game, Sato.
Well, Big Brooke Fogden there on half-back, looking to give the ball to Damien Squire, but he was just taking his time. So the cold hero, Wayne Wiedemann, jumped in. This is Nick Chigwidden under pressure from Lovett to Sikalala. Little kick from Sick is a good one too. Have a look at the pass, and the stretch came from Welsh, and he's going to dribble it through, and suddenly the SA Legends back in front.
I tell you what, this is kick for kick at the moment, Satters and Case. Kick for kick, and very important goal after half-time. Good player, this bloke, Scotty Welsh.
Terrific player, Scotty Welsh, of course, a premiership star with North Melbourne as a kid. Come and led the goal kicking at the Crows for many years as well. And if you'd like to donate, littleheroesfoundation.com.au. Chris McDermott and the crew done a wonderful job for many, many years, Cage. And this is the new format, the Indigenous All Stars up against the SA Legends. And Jarman, here he goes again. Straight through the middle of the ground. Couldn't get it. This is Toby Thurston's to Damien Squire. Jackie just lets him go through. The kick over the top. Opportunity now for Stevie Patterson. Little stab pass is a good one too, and there's Sean Tate, the Aussie cricketer.
Found the wild one. I made the point a moment ago when Jars missed that goal. It was a 1973 prelim flop. It was a 1993 when the Crows should have won it.
It was, Cage. I thought you were talking about Graham Corns for a minute, but he did finish. And that is pretty average kick by Stephen Patterson. He's pulled that across his body. Sean Tate, rather, offline. Down leg side again.
Story of the day, Sodas and Case. He's been offline. Can't find the stubs. Just can't get his line right.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the motion. The kicking motion looks fine. It's just the accuracy.
Pretty important, Case.
Yeah, that's the most important part, isn't it? Oh, wobbling kick out from full back. So chance for Nick Chigwidden, longest serving captain here at the Bay, and he goes for Becky. Look at them queuing up. Eagleton, well, he can kick a long goal from 48. Nathan Eagleton shows them how it's done.
He had 6 to choose from.
Nested them there.
All just lined up.
Tell you what, there's some danger signs here, Sodas and Case, for the Indigenous All Stars. The boys have come out here, the SA Legends have come out after half-time, and they look sharp. And on the other hand, the Indigenous boys look flat.
Well, obviously, it was a 6-point buffer that the Legends enjoyed at quarter time. Then the All-Stars are up to 3 points at half-time. And it's been pretty tight for most of the game, but just seeing a little bit of breathing space now. 11 points for the Legends. There's Jarman really getting involved in the centre of the ground now. Gives it to Rashudo. It's got Wakelin, who's found his way up forward. A little chip in. Patterson again. Let's see how he goes on the left foot. The Mayor into the open goal cage, and he's cannoned it into the right post.
Unbelievable. Too. They've run out of puff, the Indigenous All Stars, I can tell you, but better call for some petrol. Get them going again.
Well, they need to find a little bit of leg power. Chance for Dale Kickett. 5 clubs he played for, and this might be the most important team that he's ever represented. But they're just flying around with it here in the back line at the moment. They're inviting trouble. Dudley Archie decides we better get it out of the danger zone and out to the wide open expanses. And a chance now for Shannon Motlop to charge away. His kick, well, he tried to thread the needle there to Dale Aegis. And the SA Legends, oh, whatever Graham Corns has said to the SA Legends at half-time, KG, it's working at the moment.
Absolutely, Case. They're in complete control at the moment, just doing as they want. No pressure at all from the Indigenous boys at the moment.
That was a drop kick from Scotty Lee that sent the ball down here for Wakelin and Corns to work with. Now Welsh, just on the edge of 50, pops a little kick up. He's letting Chick Whidden run into it. Have a look at the little man. The former Glenelg skipper just goes bang and cannons it into the Phyllis end of the ground.
The alarm bells are ringing, Sodas and Case, loud and clear at the moment. Someone has to do something for the Indigenous All Stars. They need a lift from somebody. Great goal by Nick Chick. Nick's fit enough to play, Chicky. I don't mind telling you.
Well, the All Stars, their work rate in this second half.
Sensational.
Well, for the Legends it is. For the Indigenous All Stars, non-existent.
No pressure at all, Sodas. No pressure at all. Someone's got to give them a bit of lift from the midfield here. Come on, Macca. Andrew McLeod's the man, Sodas and Case.
Yep, well, 3 unanswered goals in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter.
Here we go.
And McLeod on cue. Hands over to Ash McGrath. He decides to go short. It's a good option as well. Found Mark Motlop, and now they hand it over to a man who can kick a goal, Daniel Motlop.
He is a huge kick.
130 games, 208 goals at AFL level.
Give him a rapper, look what he does.
Went for the top. And things are just happening for the Legends. Lee over the top. Yeah, getting good support there as well. So they're slowing it down and just got it on their terms at the moment. It's Chigwidden in the middle. Hands over to Thurston. So there's a bit of run from the Legends as well. Daryl Wakelin's drifted forward. Sikalella is his target. And he takes it but plays on. Here's Toby Thurston's. Well, can play at both ends of the ground, and that was just off the money.
That could have been the ball game. I tell you what, I can't see the Indigenous boys getting back into this game at the moment. The way they're playing, not at all.
Ricky O'Loughlin, lovely skills on the left. Daniel Motlop, he's now got Marlon Motlop. Long kick. Up to the square.
Free kick.
Over the shoulder of the missile. Little Eddie Hocking's going to have it.
I tell you what, he's done his role today. Eddie Hocking, he's been sensational. The free kick was certainly there. Now Eddie Hocking now has to go. You get them back into this game. Come on, Scud man. Kick the big one, son. Kick the big one.
Here he goes. Eddie was dynamic in the first half, and there he is. He stops the rock for the Indigenous All Stars. Gives them a chance just to get back into it. Have a look at Eddie too. Look at the smile, Cage.
He doesn't run off the ground.
Oh,
so
hang on. Bit of sponsors product.
That's exactly what the boys need.
Have a look at him. And signing footies too, the little star.
He's a good chance now. He just rolls off.
Cage, he's a good chance now to come out and kick another 4 or 5 with that in the wing.
Yeah, put them back into the game. Don't the kids love that?
3 goals now for Eddie Hocking, 2 in that second quarter, and that just eases the situation. So they're just down by 2 goals now. They'd like to get the next one. This man love it. Well, he can make things happen. Hand pass on the retreat and around the corner. The kick comes from Shannon Motlop, and it was an accurate one as well. Ricky O'Loughlin back to Lovett. He's leading them a merry dance at the moment, and he can put on the Jets as well as he charges away. Oh, Daniel Motlop. Jackie, pretty to watch. As Marlon Motlop gets involved, And his kick is a good one as well. And Whitwu has it. No. We've got, looks like they may have put a couple of changes in here in the second half as well. But Ash McGrath with the ball now. And in conversation there, he's wanting to pass off. But Eagleton was having nothing of it. They're trying to concoct something here, but this is well within his repertoire. Remember, Ash McGrath kicking a goal after the siren for his beloved Brisbane Lions. But he did want to pass it off. Oh! Well, the mark's been paid.
Oh, how lucky is that case?
Mark Motlop, I think it is.
Goodness gracious me. That was not a mark, so I let off there.
Oh, getting the benefit of the doubt. And this for the Indigenous All Stars to edge a little bit closer. And it's a nice finish as well. Mark Motlop gets his first goal.
Timmy Pfeiffer was the officiating umpire there. The umpire about 10 SANFL Grand Finals. Unbelievable. 1, 2, missed it the second time. Ooh, not happy, but it's been paid in a very important goal. Seven-point margin now to the SA Legends. 7-point margin.
Well, they're right back into it now. Thurstons, who's been pivotal in the ruck in this third term, slaps it out. Sikalella just let it go. Here's Wakeland, waiting for a handball. He needs someone to support him. He's now got Scotty Lee. Long kick, big kick towards the square, and the bounce is not right to help Scotty Lee go through for a goal. So just another behind, so they just eke out a little bit further.
Let him off the hook on that occasion, Sodas. That would have been a good answering goal.
So they've just been able to steady the ship a little bit here, the Indigenous All Stars. Oh, Andrew Jarman going down again. Shannon Motlop giving him plenty to think about. Oh, it's a little bit of run in the legs of Andrew Jarman as well.
Took a dance.
Oh, Shannon Motlop, yeah, dancing with him, just drawing him into his web. Fantastic stuff.
This bloke's had a great game, Andrew Lovett. He's had a belter of a game.
Yeah, done a great job with it.
Slowdown medal will be presented after the game too. He'd have to be in the conversation.
So would that man, Shannon Motlop. This time with the right boot, getting it out wider for Josh Whitwer. And so, chance for the Indigenous All Stars now to go forward. They found the right man. It's Daniel Motlop, outside 50. Drives it long.
Kick.
Flash Graham was in the pocket, waiting, ready to go. A diving mark, and the Flash with a chance to kick the goal.
Reminiscent of the good old days for the Double Blues. Flash falling away, takes the falling mark. He looks very well.
64 years of age, would you believe? Indigenous team of the century.
Yep.
He's done it all for the Double Blues. That's not his best effort. Might have been a pass, maybe.
You give him a rap case, they let you down. It's happened all day. Come on, Flash.
So, there's the weed to restart proceedings. 12.5 minutes played in the third quarter, so time starts to become a factor as well. The margin 7 points.
Kick.
Eagleton. They did a great job with Port Adelaide, of course, the Western Bulldogs after that. Long raking left footer. Well, Thurston's almost had problems. Binky, well, once he's inside of goals, the eyes light up. I haven't seen him handball too much, KG. He went to the Kevin Bartlett School of Football.
Just thinking the same thing, Case. I think he did go to Kevin Bartlett School for sure. Been a bit flash, blairising a bit now, the Legends.
Well, the margin's been cut down now, just 8 points.
Oh, look at this man move. Still beautifully balanced, McLeod. Look at that kick. Look at the kick.
It is a good kick. He's fine. Marlon Motlop at half forward. Marlon just foxes with a handball and then puts it up. And there's Flash Graham has snuck his way out of the square. Gives off the handball unselfishly. Here's a chance for Daniel Motlop just to create a little bit of magic straight across the goal square. And mark has been taken. Here's a chance now to run into the open goal. And it's been kicked very nicely by Ricky O'Loughlin. They are edging right up now, just the 2 points behind now after the SA Legends burst.
Well, it's been hard to get hold of some of the Indigenous All Stars because there are a few down on the bench, but we've got one of the stars. Andy, how you going out there, mate?
Enjoying it. It's a great day. So it's a good turnout. It's a great crowd. So, yeah, mate, having some fun out there. It's nice. So
skills look red hot. Good to see you back.
Oh, skills are okay. still had a few clumsy kicks on the way, but look, otherwise, mate, it's a great spectacle, and I'm enjoying the day.
Andy, love it. The guys just loving seeing you here, mate. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
On you guys. Thank you.
So, 14 and a bit minutes played here in this third quarter. 2-point ball game in favour of the Legends. And this time it's Rashudo charging through the middle of the oval and finding Andrew Jarman. Well, anything could happen here. Oh, passes on. Modra in the goal square. Modra might play on. And Tony Modra to the Fred Phillips end helps himself to his second goal of the day, both with the left boot.
Didn't he use his body beautifully? He's hampered by that leg strain, but just used the body beautifully. Put the Indigenous star under the foot. He took the mark and with a left foot kick, and well, a bit of breathing space again for the SA Legends. Good kick by Andrew Newton-Jum, one of his few kicks for the day. Jars has had a shocker. Absolute shocker.
8 points now, the break for the Legends. Thurston's again doing the ruck work with Jeremy Johncock in the centre of the ground. There's Jeremy now. He hurries the kick out to the outer wing. It's a good one too. Daniel Motlop, clever little kick, and he finds Marlon. Over the top is Andrew McLeod. Chips the kick out wide, and the mark's taken out there. Little kick, and it is a little go at it, and that man having a shot there is actually Reece Hocking, who is Eddie Hocking's son.
Tell you what, the kid's got some talent. I don't mind telling you. He has some talent.
So Kane Corns now with, oh, that's a terrible kick. Easily picked off there by Jeremy Johncock. Running past Ricky O'Loughlin. And looking ominous again here. And there's Connor McLeod, Andrew McLeod's son, out on the field as well. So a couple of sons of guns out there, and Flash Graham at 64. He's still got plenty in the tank.
He looks about 25, the old Flash. He looks great. Starch.
282 games with the Double Blues in 15 seasons, 455 goals, a couple of premierships as well. And he was more than that as well, KG. Every time he was near the ball, something exciting would happen.
Exactly right, Case.
And on this occasion, that's not as exciting as we're used to seeing from him.
You've got to stop giving him a rap, Case.
Well, when you've had the career that he had,
exactly,
you're entitled to an off day here and there, particularly when you're 64 and it's Father's Day and you're raising money for charity. So here's was Connor McLeod kicking, but picked off by Kane Corns. And they're looking just a little nervous here, the SA Legends.
Yeah.
Thurston's not getting it all their own way. Patterson involved, Rashudo on the retreat. The Weed looks to find a teammate, and he's done well to find Welsh here. He looks in good nick as well. Look at the pass.
Brilliant.
And now it's the wild thing. Tate going for home. Oh, that was his off break, I think. And it's picked off by Cooper, and the Indigenous All Stars get out of trouble.
There's Josh Whitler just looking to go down the line. This is Connor McLeod here, son of Andrew. And the skills, well, he had a nice little kick. He was looking up. It's probably had too much on it. So Matty Kluzek's going to pump it back straight through the legs of Ricky O'Loughlin. Chip from Paul Thomas, the 6-time premiership star for Central District. And now we're going into attack. Andrew Jarman just lurking in a pocket, loitering there. He's going to come around, pop it up. Here's a chance for Mods, and he's got it. Tony Modra, just some body work on Dudley Archie.
Still got it, Sodas.
Still got it. Cage, we're normally accustomed for Mod sitting on someone's head in these sort of games, but given that he did injure himself on Friday night in the E.J. Whitten Legends game, he's had to just use his smarts and use the ample hip that he has there to have a crack at it. Let's have a look at Mods on the left. He can't kick right at the moment, and he's nailed it through. A little bit more breathing space for the Legends.
Well, back-to-back goals then for Tony Modra. And he's still got it.
Yeah, he still has it. You never lose a Case, do you really? You get slower, but you never really lose that ability to have that great touch.
And just goes to show how important he this charity is, the Little Heroes Foundation for Tony Modra. Could have quite easily have not been available today. Hurt himself in the E.J. Whitten Legends match as well, but wanted to contribute, wanted to get out there. And you can see the response from the crowd as well. He only has to be out there. He'll draw a crowd, and he loves being part of it. And credit to him as well for being involved.
Credit to the character of the man. No doubt about it. Well said. Here they go again.
Kick from Welsh, that's Filkey. The McGarry medalist just bangs it on down to another dual McGarry medalist here in Andrew Jarman.
I reckon Cornsey gave him a huge spray at half-time, Andrew Newton-Jarman. He's lifted quite strongly, and about time too.
Might have sampled some of that sponsor's product on the chest, I reckon he's got there too. Have a look around the corner. He's classy. He's a terrific player, Andrew Jarman. And have a look at that. He's going to enjoy it with the crowd too, and why wouldn't he? What a superstar.
What a lair, Sodas. Come on. What a lair. Unbelievable.
Wow, that is a wonderful performance in this term, because the legends came out and just blitzed them. There's the siren. Blitzed them at the start of this term. Indigenous All Stars worked their way back into it, but right now, Andrew Jarman and his crew are enjoying a 19-point break here at three-quarter time in the West End Slowdown. We'll be back with the final quarter next. Three-quarter time here in the West End Slowdown. The SA Legends have got a 19-point breather right now. They were 6 points up at quarter time. The Indigenous All Stars wrestled back the lead. They were 3 points up at half-time, but now the Legends in ripping form right now. This is the final quarter. John Casey will get us rolling.
Thanks, Soda. Well, the Indigenous All Stars are kicking to the scoring end to the right of screen. 15 of the 25 goals have been scored at that end. So while they're down by 19 points, I wouldn't rule it out just yet. I think there might be some more run in their legs as well. They'd like to get the first goal of this final quarter, just start chipping away at that lead. The SA Legends kicked the first 3 goals of the third quarter and the last 3, so a 6-goal quarter from them. Here's Eddie Hocking handballing in the forward line. I don't know if that's allowed. Flash Graham, the banana. Oh, that was near enough. He's just hooked it a little too much, and it's a minor score.
Gee, they wanted a major then, Coach. Would have been just the perfect way to start the last term. Flash, look at him. He's angry.
Just had a little too much on it. The kick dangerously close to the line, but Wayne Wiedemann has snuck it in by a centimetre as Michael Graham just says, get back, Weed. Get back to where you need to be. I'm going to hold you up here.
And those legs, they used to scuttle across the ground, I can tell you, Sodas.
There's Kane Corns, 300 gamer, making his name in the media now. Good kick up to half-back is Scotty Welsh. He had a terrific first half as well to Rashudo. Goes out wide, so here they go again, the SA Legends. Brooke Fogden, the star of reality TV here on 7. House Rules, of course. Original Crow back in '92 when he was drafted. Here's Scotty Lee. Let's fly with a big one. Doesn't get the bounce. Tony Modra stands in the square with the arms out wide saying, Scotty, here I am.
Exactly.
And a couple of other things too to Scotty.
He's already kicked the 3 goals, Modra. He was on thinking about another fistful, I think. He wants a couple more before the day's out. But look at the ball movement here from the Indigenous All Stars. And Flash Graham's gone forward again. He's all alone.
Come on, Flash.
Will it sit for him? It does. He's taking some time to reel it in. He's going to lead them a merry dance and show them a clean pair of heels. He decided to hand, the goose step from Daniel Motlop, and he puts it away. All-important first goal of the final quarter for the Indigenous All Stars.
Flash is calling for the stretcher, I tell you. He covered more ground than Burke and Wills there in about 30 seconds of footy. Great goal.
Just for a minute there, looked like he's going to do himself a mischief.
Daniel Motlop.
Couldn't work his way around. Well, we've seen some wonderful footballers. We've also got a very, very talented cricketer. And, well, he's been a little wayward, but his name is Sean Tate, and he's downstairs now.
Well, they're introducing you as a talented cricketer. They could be talking about me as well there, Sloan. It's great to play alongside you and to see some of your footy skills on offer, mate. Left and right foot.
Certainly not a talented footballer, but I've got no idea what I'm doing out there. Just running around Browns, cows on the forward line. But it's been fun.
Geez, they were harsh. They were harsh when you missed a couple of targets.
Got dragged off, yep. And on the bench now. I think they're getting serious now, so I'm just going to take a seat here for 5 minutes. But good fun, yeah.
You've carried the forward line alongside Modra, though. I think they need to put you back up there in the last couple of minutes to get the side home.
Cricket field, I'm usually the bloke that can't move, but it's good to stand next to Mods because he can't move, so I feel fit and energetic.
Now, one last question. Where were you more comfortable, in the forward line or walking out to bat 11? Because I wasn't sure which one looked better.
In the forward line. In the forward line.
Well, the boys are going forward. Thanks for joining us, Tony.
Cheers, Steve.
Good work.
So now they're messing around with it here, the SA Legends, but they've got it forward. Although Patterson, well, he's stretching the back of the hamstring there. He's already kicked a couple of goals. One in the first quarter, the first of the game for the Legends, and then one in the second. This to make it number 3 and steady the ship. Oh, I think he was giving the goal umpire some work to do, but he's been given the benefit of the doubt.
Whoa, that's a big goal, Case. That puts him 18 points up now. Now there's a big challenge for the SA Indigenous All Stars to get back into this game. Stephen Patterson, former Northern Collingwood champion. Gee whiz, I thought that missed momentarily, but the goal umpire's given it the all clear, and they lead by 18 points.
Yeah, good goal, important one, his third for Patterson. He's been almost 100 games with Collingwood, between 95 and 2000, and almost 100 goals as well. So he's a very impressive performer. So here's Jeremy Johncock doing the ruck work, doing the paddle work as well. Love it. Well, he's got problems. Wrapped up in a tackle there by Paul Thomas, the Central District legend. Good to see such a good spread of the SAMFL clubs being represented here, KG, but also the clubs from the Northern Territory and Alice Springs as well, with these Indigenous players and some great AFL, former AFL talent on show as well.
Yeah, wonderful talent, Case. It really has been a fantastic day thus far.
Plenty of run in the legs for Elijah Ware. He hoists it high.
Who was that?
Brooke Fogden. Brooke Fogden with the play of the day. And he's having a laugh about it as well. I think it's fair to say that his wife Michelle was doing most of the handiwork on house rules. So have a look at this.
Falls backwards.
You can feel for him because you know what his mind wants to do.
The body won't do it.
Not capable anymore.
And so does... We know you played over 100 games in the SAMFL, but your appearance earlier this year in the amateurs was a little bit like that. That's where you can sort of relate to that.
Well, you could just see that Brian Binky there, his mind wanted him to sit on that bloke's head and take a hanger, and he couldn't do that either. But Scotty Welsh, what he can do is just slot one through the middle, and he's continued his wonderful performance. He has been dead-eye dick in front of the goals, Cage.
Been fantastic, Sodas, and look, he's still playing very good football in the country areas. Scotty, a great player for North Melbourne and the Crows, and he's still got that talent, the touch, and the ability to kick goals. I used to love watching him play. Number 17, the big grab, as we see here, knows where the goals are.
He was a very nice set shot in his day too. More than 300 AFL goals, and led the Adelaide goal kicking for many years. And well, Andrew Jarman has put on some sort of performance today. Let's check in with him, see how he's travelling.
Well, Jars, you're moving brilliantly out there, mate. You've got a good lead. What's going on with that?
Well, nothing's changed. Well, sun. I've got to protect my head from the sun. Look, if my teammates started rewarding me a little bit more, I might have kicked 10. But oh no, they want to be selfish. See, I'm playing with a bunch of selfish boys. So we've got our work cut out. This Indigenous side, they're a lot of class. They've just kicked, Michael Graham.
They've kicked another one. They've kicked another one.
I tell you now, if we don't start working hard enough, look, I have to go back on there and turn the game. So, and how's KG going up there?
It's a narrow lead. No, KG's doing beautifully. Jeez, he's potted you a couple of times. He's potted you.
You have been pathetic today.
He said you have been absolutely pathetic.
He got on the best player on the ground.
Go on, win the game.
Jeez, he's still whacking your game.
Unbelievable.
Get into him.
Get into the old bloke. I don't mind.
Oh, I reckon I'm on your side, KG. He has been deplorable today.
Absolutely.
And it started from the opening bounce. It was a wrestle on straight away. He cost his team a goal here and there. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's still in the debit column rather than the credit column.
Exactly right, Case.
Well, realistically, he's been a distraction. That's what he's been.
But what's changed? So
maybe that was the plan. I mean, he's an astute coach, Graham Corns.
Nice little kick from Chigwitten. Welsh to Squire. A couple of bites at it. And there's Patterson gives it off. And a goal to Mods. He's got 4. You have the chance to buy a print of today's Indigenous jumper. Just go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au And don't forget, you can get your hands on the Guernseys worn in today's Slowdown. Again, go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au and join in the auction. You can start bidding now.
3 goals apiece here in the final quarter. And the margin at 16 points. But they'd need the next one, the Indigenous All Stars.
Exactly right, Case, they do.
Trying to bustle his way through. Nice work from Fogden there, making amends. Oh, they're starting to get a little cute here. This could come unstuck. O'Loughlin, Ricky style. Handball over the top. Now they're running. McGrath's out the back here. And they've got an unprotected goal square. They've got runners up forward as well. Daniel Motlop wheels around onto the left, onto the right.
Kick.
Bird, that's a terrific goal. Well, here come the Indigenous All Stars. 2 straight kicks the difference.
Well, Rod's tightening up. Is there anyone at fault, you think, for your lads?
Well, we've got one bloke out there that's all talk, no action. He was sprouting off before the game, sprouting off at half-time, and he's under-delivered. That's Andrew Jarman.
Are you going to have a word to him?
Well, we've been having words to him all day, but it doesn't seem to sink in with him. But, no, we're having a lot of fun anyway there.
Close game. Red-hot couple of minutes coming up, but also, like, what a great day. So many people here, great foundation, good to be involved.
Yeah, it is, and that's why everyone rocks up, and we've got a great crowd. It's always been a good cause, and Chris McDermott's just done a fantastic job with this charity. So, yeah, it's been credit to everyone, the supporters and the players.
You're going to get back on for the last couple of minutes?
No, I'm done.
Oh, it's a celebration.
There he is, the 8-time All-Australian Mark Machuto. And not only that, Cage, he's on the same wavelength as you because you both think that Jars has stunk it up.
Exactly right. He's a very good judge, I've always said that.
All right, littleheroesfoundation.com.au if you would like to donate. And, of course, these jumpers, you can get involved as well because they are going to be auctioned if you'd like one of them. And the kick goes forward. Mark taken. Now, this is Reece Hocking, the son of Eddie.
I tell you what, this kid's got some ability, I'm telling you.
He's playing on very quickly, bringing it around, just to the near side, though.
To tell you what, he's a kid of the future.
No doubt about that. Like to have seen the dummy and run around the man on the mark.
Exactly.
Add that one to the repertoire at some stage. I'd love to see him bring it out here in the last, well, less than 9 minutes now. 8.5 minutes to go, but it's set up for a grandstand finish. Just 9 points the difference. It was. Almost.
Wow. That was little Reece Hocking. He thought he was like that, and the finish from Daniel Motlop has just missed. We need to have a look at that on replay. The height, and we've seen Eddie do this in the past. Let's have a look at the little man, Wakelin. Oh!
I'll tell you what, Adelaide Football Club, put this kid's name in the little black book, thank you.
Wow.
Almost the mark of the day. Darryl Wakelin. There's no sense of theatre, just spoiling the occasion.
There he is there.
Put a line through his name.
Good on your Wakes, your party pooper, just pops it up there.
Well, that's why good defenders are like, aren't they? They're just like putting the dampener on things.
Someone go and call Alistair Lynch. Can they get him down here quick, smart?
Let's have a replay.
Get him sorted out.
He was a tremendous player, Darryl Wakelin. 261 AFL games.
Yeah. Him and his brother Shane, they can play a bit.
Yeah. A Jack Odie medal as well. So, but here for the slowdown, I'm not getting top marks from us anyway. Fogden, well, he's come to life since they made him do all the ruck work, which he was a little cautious about in the pre-game talk. But they didn't have a lot of tall timber to deal with. Terrific work down in the defensive post being done there. And they're out at it here, the Indigenous All Stars. Oh, nice skills. Daniel Motlop. Reeled it in. Here's Flash on the half-forward flank. I would have seen this. The short kick is just a little too short from Flash. But Wiedemann, he can't keep it. That's almost deliberate, umpire.
What we couldn't pick up here on the camera was that Eddie Hocking ran from half-back off the bench all the way to half-forward alongside just looking for a handball, and the poor bugger is in a world of pain now. He's trying to make his way to the front of this pack to see if he can get involved. There's his son as well. Reece Hocking comes out with Scotty Lee. Back to Kluzek, works his way through traffic very nicely. Binky was his target. He's not going to get there in time. McLeod. Kick from Elijah Ware. Good one too from the Central District Premiership star, and he's picked up the current rooster in Marlon Motlop. Unfair advantage, still playing football, Cage, this man.
Looks good too. He's got to nail this. Got to nail it.
There he is, Marlon Motlop slots it through the middle, and the Indigenous All Stars, well, they're still ticking along. They're only 2 points behind. What a game we've got here.
What a finish. What a finish. Still plenty of time. This bloke's a talented footballer, I don't mind telling you. 45 out. Bingo. Straight through the middle. Vital goal at a vital stage of the game.
Oh, hasn't he turned it on here in this last quarter? Marlon Motlop.
He has, Case.
He's kicked 2 in this last quarter. And Daniel Motlop's kicked 2. So that's the Motlop boys combining.
I tell you what, cream rises to the top, Case.
That's it. So it's game on. 2 points the difference. We've got just over 5 minutes left on the clock here. So another thriller, a slowdown. It never fails to deliver an exciting finish.
Can I make a statement here? If the SA Legends get beat, Corns will get the sack.
He's had the sack before.
Again,
when he was looking after the Crows team, then he's been reinstated, and now he's back again today for the SA Legends. And this is a man we saw in action in the first quarter. Shane Tonga was dynamic. He's come back to life now, and this could just be the moment as Mark Motlop goes around on the right foot. How's he gone? The umpire puts the 2 fingers up, and the All Stars are back in front.
Oh, Cornsy just fainted in the box. Cornsy just fainted. I tell you what, they're in trouble.
Well, the Motlops, we've seen Marlon Motlop, Daniel Motlop, Shannon Motlop, and here's Mark Motlop, the senior one of all of them, a superstar in the Northern Territory Football League. Hall of Famer there, 300 gamer. And what a wonderful performance there to put the boys back in front. Also, he knows that end of the ground too, because he did play some Sandford footy for the Glenelg Footy Club.
He did.
As well. And great to have Mark Motlop back here on the deck, showing exactly how to do it to the younger boys.
Well, they've kicked the last 4 goals in 6 minutes here, the Indigenous All Stars. They're back in front, and they're not done with just yet. Oh, the kick's just a little too much on it for Eddie Hocking.
He just kept rolling.
Well, they've got the SA Legends pinned in their defensive 50 at the moment. They're all queuing up. But the Motlop boys have really put on a show here in this final quarter. Daniel Motlop's kicked 2, Marlon Motlop's kicked 2, Mark Motlop's kicked a goal as well, and Flash Graham's jagged 1. So 6 goals in this last quarter. They're storming home.
This is the game for the Motlops. Unbelievable talent. Anybody's game now. Anybody's game. 4-point ball game.
16.5 minutes. We go 20 minutes here, no time on at all. So, well, just under 3.5 minutes to go. Handball over the top came from Jeremy Johncock. Long kick from Shannon Motlop, just loses it to the left. So that little break now is 5 points. Here's a chance for the All-Stars. Scotty Lee trying to get things moving. Brian Benke, and a little bit of footwork. That's Paul Thomas, the former Central District Premiership captain. Comes out to Andy Lovett.
He's killed him today.
Absolutely, Cade. You'd have to be certainly in the mix to win the best on-ground medal. And here's little Hocking.
Dusty looked like his dad too, for goodness sake.
Little Reese.
Can play.
Now, Cage, we saw Eddie earlier just sell some candy while he was having a set shot. Yep. Could this be the... No. He's seen Dad going over the top. And he's gone to Flash Graham. Here he is. How many goals for Flash so far, Case?
Oh, Michael Flash Graham, let's have a look here. He's just kicked a goal in this quarter as well. But I think he's got a couple. No, 3 it is.
Here he goes. Jules Sturt, Premiership star.
Flash.
Cage, that is costly.
That kicks that goal, that's the match. It's now a 6-point ball game.
He's put it out in the full.
On the full.
It's a 5-point ball game. Whoa. If the All-Stars, the Legends rather, can run at the length of the ground, they could get home by a point in the dying couple of minutes.
Well, Soda, this is the second slowdown to be played here at Glenelg since they were started in the year 2000. And the last time they played at Glenelg in 2012, it was Collingwood against the Adelaide Crows, and the Adelaide Crows won by a single point.
Yep.
So are we going to get some deja vu? Now, they've rounded up here, and they've got a whole pack against Andrew McLeod, but it's come unstuck. He's too good for all. Look at the silky skills. 90 seconds to play.
Whoa.
The Indigenous All Stars in front here by 5 points.
Need a turnover.
The SA Legends need the ball and a goal, and they've got a free kick. Can they build from here? Welsh into the centre. They've got Modra up at full forward. He's unable to move too smoothly, but if they can get it down there, he'll be dangerous. Here's the wild thing. Sean Tate, the Test cricketer. Patterson, been busy all day.
Couldn't kick
Need
this.
a goal.
Couldn't kick it.
He goes for home. It's coming back, but it's a minor score.
Oh.
Under a minute remaining, Sodas, under a minute.
That could have been the moment to win it. The former Norwood and Collingwood player, Stephen Patterson, with an opportunity.
That was starving of the ball now.
We come out to love it. He gives it to Dale Kickett.
Oh,
5 AFL clubs, the kick, turnover chance. Here we go. The magic of McLeod pops it out wide. Big Tongaree. Only seconds left. This could be the end of the game. This is Reece Hocking. Let's see how he goes. The skills pushed off. Thomas.
How long?
13 seconds. They need to be good. Oh, Jarman's taking his head off. Reece Hocking plays on advantage. Gives it out to his dad. Here goes the scud. Flicks it off. Marlon Motlop, little give over the top, can flash go and finish it. There's the siren. It's a win to the Indigenous All Stars by 4 points that come from nowhere in the final third.
What a finish. Well done to the Indigenous All Stars. What a finish. What a cracker of a game of footy. Absolute belter. Absolutely.
Well, fantastic final quarter, Soda. They've kicked 7 goals here in the last quarter. They've finished very strongly indeed. There's Andy McLeod's son, Connor, and they have come from the clouds. They were down by 19 points at three-quarter time, but the Indigenous All Stars storm home to win it here at the Slowdown by just 4 points.
You have the chance to buy a print of today's Indigenous jumper. Just go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au. And don't forget, you can get your hands on the Guernseys worn in today's Slowdown. Again, go to littleheroesfoundation.com.au and join in the auction. You can start bidding now.
Welcome back to Glyderol Stadium here at Glenelga. Thrilling finish to the 2016 West End Slowdown. The Indigenous All Stars, who were 24 points down in the last quarter, have kicked the last 4 goals to steal it by 4 points KG. It was a tremendous finish.
It certainly was, Case. They came home with a wet sail, the Indigenous boys, and they were the best side on the day, Case. And a dramatic finish, which was a fantastic game.
Well, I love Michael Flash Graham, but Eddie Hocking was the Slowdown medalist. And to get the official presentations underway, here's Mark Soderstrom.
Again, everyone, thank you so much for coming out. What a wonderful day for the Little Heroes Foundation. I'd now like to ask Tim Moffat from West End to present the Slowdown trophy to the winning captain, Andrew McLeod.
Eddie's a bit taller than me. I guess on behalf of all the boys that are playing, thank you very much to West End and all the other sponsors for putting this together. It's a great event. The bloke who does a lot of work behind the scenes and tries to hide all the time, Chris McDermott, he's a fantastic man, and it's great to be able to support him for the work that he does. Thanks to the boys for coming out, led by Mods. Didn't look like he was going to play after Friday night's efforts over in Melbourne, but great to see him out here and kicking a few goals. And to a lot of the All-Star boys for flying over and being a part of it. Thanks to you guys for coming out and supporting it. The crowd, you guys are excellent. And yeah, cheers. Well done.
Well, KG, it was great to be involved here again. A brilliant day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. It was just a tremendous finish. Congratulations to the Indigenous All Stars.
Everybody's had a wonderful day, Case. A fantastic day. Great success.
Look forward to doing it again next year here on Channel 7.